In this video, we will show you how to install Windows 11 operating system on unsupported hardware. As we know, Windows 11 requires TPM 2.0 for minimum, enable the secure boot, require higher RAM and higher CPU. In here, we can bypass all of these requirements, so we can force installing Windows 11 on every hardware we have. To do that, in here, when we click next and when we click install now, in the installation process, after setup is starting, if the hardware is not supported, you can see the result is something look like this. This PC can't run Windows 11. This PC doesn't meet the minimum system requirement to install this version of Windows. In here, to force installing Windows 11 on your hardware, we can click back on the pop-up here. After that, press Shift plus F10 here. When installing Windows, you can open the command prompt with the Shift and the F10 button. After that, type regedit in here. Hit the enter. In here, you need to select computer and then its key local machine, and then select system, and then you can see there is setup folder here, and on the setup folder we can right click and click new and then select key. After that, type in here lab config. Make sure this is correct. You can see the folder name is lab config below setup. Okay, you can see here on the lab config here, we can bypass all requirement to install Windows 11 on unsupported hardware by right clicking in here and click new and select toward 32-bit values. Okay, don't take mistake here. Select toward 32-bit value, and then we can bypass one by one. For example, in here, in this case, you don't have TPM 2.0, so you can just type bypass TPM check like this, and then you can double click on the TPM check here and select the value into 1. Also, if you want to bypass the secure boot, you need to create one. It is the same toward 32-bit value here. Bypass secure boot. Okay. After that, you can click again in the bypass secure boot files here, and then change the value from 0 to 1. Click OK. And if you want also to bypass RAM and bypass the CPU check, you can create the boot. For example, you have low RAM, so you can bypass RAM check here. Then double click on the bypass RAM check, and the value data from 0 to 1 also the same. Okay, don't forget all of this requirement is the check word, so we need to delete bypass secure boot here. Okay, and create new one, bypass secure boot check. Okay, you can see here we forget to add check word in here, so this is must. After that, change the values into 1, and the last, if you want to bypass for CPU, you can right click again and select the same toward 32-bit value and type bypass CPU check. Okay, then you can double click again and select the value data is 1. Okay, all of the values is 1 in here, you need to be checked. After that, you can close the pop-up from registry editor. You can close here. In here, you can close again. When you click the I don't have a product key or click next in here, In this case, I want to activate later, so I don't have a product. When you click here, you will don't see the message if your hardware is not supported again. So you can continue installing your Windows like you want, and you successfully force install Windows 11 on unsupported hardware. But for note, if you have lower RAM and the CPU, maybe your Windows 11 will run slowly. So if you doesn't have only TPM, it's okay, but I suggest you to upgrade your RAM and CPU if you can. Hope this video helpful for you.